In today's video, we're going to talk about how a woman can find the right man for herself and build a long-term relationship. By long-term relationship, I'm talking about something that has the potential to lead into marriage or a life together. This topic was actually suggested by one of my amazing subscribers. Thank you so much. I understand that a lot of women have been through so many bad relationships to the point that they believe the only thing that men are after is just to sleep with them. And to be honest, I don't blame you ladies for that. You see, there are a lot of horrible men out there, but I also want to argue that there are some good men, even if they're not in large quantities, but there are still some great men out there. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some tips that will help you to recognize a great man, to recognize the right man for you, so you can have a very beautiful relationship. But before we get started, very quickly, if you are seeing me for the first time, I am Emmanuel Smarth. I make videos about relationship advice for women. If that sounds like something you are interested in, kindly consider being a member of this community. And to all my regular viewers and subscribers, I just want to say thank you so much for your love and support. Now, let's get into the video. As a woman, if you are looking for a great guy for yourself, you're looking for a man that will come into your life and change it for the better, a man that would not toy with your emotion and eventually walk out of your life, here's the first thing you need to do. You need to know yourself. If I say know yourself, there are three important things that you have to take into account. Number one, who are you as a person? What are the things that you value? So for example, I am Emmanuel Smarth. I know that I'm an introvert by nature. I love to be by myself. I love to read. I love to stay in. I value family. I value honesty. So you ask yourself this question, as a woman, who are you? Write these things down and try to figure out who you are. Remember, when I say who you are, you have to come up with a definition of who you are, not what people tell you about yourself. So that is the first thing. The second aspect to knowing yourself is you got to figure out what are your potential weaknesses. What are some of the things that you have in you that you know will be a deal breaker for a prospective partner? Let me give you an example. Emmanuel Smarth, right? One of my weaknesses, or one of the things that I think would be annoying to anyone I'm in a relationship with, is I work too much. I'm always working, I'm always reading, and sometimes I spend hours and I ignore my partner. So as a woman, figure out what are some of the things that you have that will be the turn off, write them down, and then that way you can start working on them, or you can find a compromise with your partner. And then the third aspect of knowing yourself is you have to know exactly what you are looking for in a man. What kind of a man are you looking for? Are you looking for a man that values honesty? Are you looking for a man that is an introvert? Are you looking for a man that is all about partying? Are you looking for a man that is God-fearing? Are you looking for a man that just want to spend time with you, that will put anything that he's doing just to be there for you? So it is very much important that you understand this. Now, these three things, understanding your weaknesses and knowing what you want in a man, will help you gain a better understanding of who you are. Okay, the next thing that you have to do is, and I've talked about this in some of my other videos, you have to be authentic. Authenticity refers to you being yourself, you being the truest version of yourself, and you're not afraid to show that out. I've seen a lot of women that have to put on different phases. They have to put on different persona just to impress a man. Don't do that. If you want the right man to attract you, the right man should be able to see you in your truest form. That is who you are as a person. So that is something that will strongly encourage you practice or get into the habit. Embrace who you are, embrace yourself. Okay, moving on. Now, the third thing that I will encourage everyone to understand is to try to understand the difference between physical attraction and emotional connection. When I say physical attraction, I'm talking about the person's physical attribute. I've seen a lot of women saying that, well, I want a tall man. I want a man who has a pointed nose. I want a man with a great smile. I like a man who's dark skinned. So people have different preferences. That is good. Now, when I talk about emotional connection is how do you connect to this man on an emotional level? Are you interested in the man that is, intellectual, a man that is smart, a man that is brilliant? Is that something that matters to you? Or is it all about the physical characteristics and you don't care about the internal characteristic of the person? Because there are times you will find a man that is handsome, that meets all your physical requirements, but when it comes to the emotional aspect, he has a huge deficiency. So which one is more important to you? Is it the emotional connection or the physical attraction? If you're fortunate, you just might find a man that exhibits both the physical attraction as well as the emotional connection. So that is something that you need to know about. Another thing that is very much important when it comes to finding the right man is you have to ask questions and listen. I've seen a lot of women that love to talk. It is good. There's nothing wrong with talking, but you get to a point where you don't want a man to waste your time. You get to the point in life where you know exactly what you want. So why not just go for what you want and ask all the right questions? For example, you meet a man, you ask him, how important is family to you? Don't say nothing. Just sit down and listen to him. Understand this. When a person opens their mouth, you get to know everything. You get to know everything about them. All you have to do is just pay a close attention, listen to them. You will know whether this person is a liar. You will know whether this person is bragging. You will know whether this person is just sincere and honest. So by asking the right questions and by listening to the person, the responses that they are giving, you can tell whether this is a man you want to be with or this is somebody you want to have nothing to do with. So that is important. And then also, I think it is very much important that every woman write down all the things that they cannot take, the things that are just deal breakers, that are unacceptable. So I know some women will say, well, I don't like a man that is loud. I don't like a man that is rude. I don't like a man that is abusive. I don't like a man that is disrespectful. I don't like a man that is a liar, a man that is a cheater. So write all of those things down. It is going to be difficult to just look at a man and tell that he's a liar or he's a cheater. So what you do, you got to study this man. You got to pay attention to him. You got to take your time. Don't be in the hurry. Don't be in a hurry to just open up to this man. Take your time. It is only time that reveals the true character of a person. So you have all the things that are deal breakers to you, and then you observe this man. Some people, some men might come across as great guys, as charming, but the more time you spend with them, the more their true self is being revealed. So take your time, don't rush, and then judge them according to what you consider to be deal breakers. And then the final tip that I want to share with you ladies is this. You have to understand that there is no perfection. You cannot get everything you're looking for in a man, So what I want you to do is, if you have a list and you have some certain things that are absolutely deal breakers for you, if a man does not meet those requirements, don't tolerate him. At the same time, you should have a list. If a man meets most of the requirements and falls short in certain area, don't be quick to dismiss him. But the most important thing is you want to find a man that wants the same thing, especially a man that sees you in his future, a man that has some values that you share, that you believe in, because values make up a person. If a man believes in family and that is something that you believe in, consider him. So I know I talk about the physical and the emotional attraction, but I just want to say to you, there are times where you might not get everything physical that you want in a man, but he can still be a great guy. He can still be a good guy. So understand that in this thing called love, you will have to make some compromises. Because I know as much as you are a woman, you have your do's and your don'ts. You have what is acceptable, what is not acceptable. You need to understand that this man also, has what is acceptable versus what is not acceptable. So at the end of the day, you should be willing to make a compromise, not settle. I'm not saying settle for a man that you don't want, but make a compromise. Don't expect perfection, because it doesn't exist. But when you find a great man that shares some values with you, then that is how you know that this is the right man for me. That is how you know that this is a man that we can build something together. So I hope this piece of information is one that you find to be helpful. If it did help you, please let me know in the comment section. If there's something you want me to expand on, also let me know. I'll be more than happy to talk more about it. If there's another topic that you want me to talk about, please leave your suggestion. I'll be happy to take a look at them. I'm going to stop here. But if this was helpful, like I said, please share this video with your friends and family. And if you have not already subscribed, consider doing so. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next video.